Welcome, I'm Vivek. Is your passion your career? Or have you ever thought of making your passion as your career? Or why not having your passion as your career? Let us see. When should you choose your passion as your career and when you should not? First of all, what is passion and what is career? These are two fundamentally different concepts and you can have both as same under certain conditions. First of all, what is passion? When you say that singing is your passion or maybe football is your passion, what do you mean? Whenever you do this activity, you just love doing it, you get immersed into this activity and you get internal happiness whenever you do this, right? So this is when you consider something as your passion. Now, you need not necessarily be good at it. See, you can have singing as your passion even if you are not such a great singer. It can be your passion because whenever you do this, you get internal happiness and you just love doing this. You need not necessarily be so good at it. It can still be your passion. But when should you consider something as your career? See, first of all, when you choose something as your career, it should provide you with a living. At the same time, it should provide you with your well-being. What well-being? It should provide you with economic, social, physical and mental well-being. If your passion is something that can provide you with all these, that is where it can also be a career opportunity. See, when you choose something as your career, it's always better if you choose something that you are good at. That is, see, I told you that when you choose something as passion, this need not be something that you are good at. But when you choose something as your career, if you are choosing something that you are good at, that will always be helpful going forward because it will be easier for you to stick to this throughout your life. And you can always have your passion as your hobby because that's what you love doing and career can provide you with a living. Now, if it is the case that your passion, whatever it be, it can provide you with the four qualities that I mentioned, that is total well-being, economic, social, physical and mental. If your passion can provide you with this, then it's better that you choose your passion as your career. And if it is not, it's always better that you choose something for your career and that is something on which you are good at for your career and have your passion as your hobby. Moreover, when you consider something as passion, it's important to note that it is easier for you to develop passion in some fields and it's difficult to develop in some other. That is why if you see any person who just pick random 10 or 20 people from your friend circle or maybe among people whom you know, when they say that they are so passionate on something, it's very much probable that it would mostly be related to sports or arts. Why it is? Because it's easier for you to develop passion in such fields. See, have you ever seen anyone saying that academics is my passion or something related to that? It is very rare. It just doesn't happen. Why? Because how do you develop passion in something? Just take your case or the case of any person whom you know personally. How did he or she develop his or her passion? It happens when either you see someone doing this activity and you get inspired from it, or if you yourself gets to do this activity and you start understanding that, oh, I love doing this. So let's say your passion is cricket. So it's easier for to develop this if, let's say, you were a child during 2007 T20 World Cup, which India won. So when you watch these matches, what happens is because you are an Indian, you automatically have an internal feeling of happiness when your team wins. Now, this spirit of sports, along with the heroism that you feel for players when they score good or they play well, this automatically develops an internal connection for you with this game. Automatically, with time, it's easier for you to develop a passion. That is, when you see someone playing a sports, or maybe if it is a performing art, something like maybe singing or dancing, when you see someone do it, it is easier for you that you develop a passion in it. But it's just not possible for you in many fields to see someone who is doing it so as to develop passion. See, let's just take academics. Have you ever seen anyone who, let's say, you know about someone who is so successful and claims that this is his passion? You would have very less chances of having seen him sit and learn or study. So you just don't have this option of watching him do this. Moreover, just imagine that you even got an option to watch. But what is so interesting in that? See, in order to develop it as a passion, you should get interest while seeing it. Even if you get to see someone who is preparing for something or gaining some knowledge on something, that process is not so interesting to sit and watch. So there is no reason why you would get inspired by seeing someone do this. So in certain fields, in order to develop passion, you will have to get into that field, and then it takes few years for you to develop a passion in it. While if it is a field in which you have an option of seeing the successful people who are preparing for it and performing it, it's easier for you, at least as a child, to develop passion. So I just said this in order to make sure that you understand that there is a difference in developing passion in certain fields and certain other fields. Now, if you have developed this passion and then you are choosing it for a career, you have to consider the 4 factors I mentioned earlier. And if it happens that all the qualities of a career that it should provide you for a good living that you want, then you can choose your passion as your career. If it is not, it is very important that at the right time you should be able to make this difference between what is your passion and what is your career, so that career can provide you with a living, and passion, it can always be a hobby that provides you with internal happiness, and it is something that you love doing. See, even I as a child was extremely passionate about cricket. Ask me what I want to be, any day I would have said I want to be a cricketer. But in my life, there came one stage at which I had a realization that it's not a career option for me, because neither am I the best cricketer I know, nor I see a future for me in this. So it is at that point where you have to choose that this is your passion. You can continue doing that and you can always love doing that, but career opportunity has to be something you are really good at, something with which you can have a successful life. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.